As a viewer, I want you to ask yourself, is this acceptable?
You're glitched.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Damn.
Dude, it's close range fights every single time it's a trade. I just traded again.
What killed me, man? What? No way!
I put way over 2,000 hours in Hunt Showdown, both on console and PC. It's probably one of the most intense and fun shooters I've ever played. I love the game and I don't have any intention to trash it by making this video. But recently, I've come to this conclusion that the community has had enough of all the server problems and desyncs in the game. And I'm afraid it's really getting out of hand. Even though I have an impulsive personality, I never ever make any videos on my channel based on impulsivity. I think for days or weeks to prepare scripts and evidence when I want to criticize something. Even though I'm a partner with Crytek, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't deliver any feedback or criticism to them on my channels. Toxic positivity and silence can be far more damaging to a game than actually delivering constructive feedback about it. In this case, I've spent weeks collecting clips and gathered thoughts on how these server issues are slowly taking joy out of the game. I've separated the video into 4 parts after this introduction, and I've provided timestamps in the video description for you. 1. Desync issues. 2. Server latency and traits. 3. Hit registration. And finally 4. Conclusion. How many times as a Hunt player or a viewer have you seen desync issues like these clips affecting your experience? What? What the f just happened, man? Oh! I saw him last second. What the f happened, man? I got desync back up. Desync! Because me and many others are experiencing them on a daily basis. I would go as far as saying sometimes every single match. I'm not sure if there has been any active investigation to reduce these desync problems, but ever since I've started playing the game on February 2020, I haven't seen any improvements or any reductions to the server desync in-game. I don't believe anyone will find it fair or acceptable when they die due to the game's fault. In a game where death equals to permanently losing your character and gear. Recently there has been a change to the hit registration, which has completely taken the fun out of close range fights. Hunt Showdown has now broken the industry's barriers and allows bullets from dead people to register, regardless of the player's ping and the latency on the server. Have you trained to improve your reaction time? Sorry, it doesn't seem to be good enough. Due to the server latency, you will still end up trading with the opponent and killing each other. You shoot or attack first in a shotgun or a melee fight. Sorry, still not good enough. The game will still render the fight as a trade. In a recent blog post, the developers have explained that this game always favors the shooter, and as long as they have landed their shots on their client's side, the server will validate it as a hit. So it doesn't matter if Senior Pablo from South America is playing on European servers with like 200 to 300 ping. Even if you kill him with your 20 or 30 ping, he can still kill you, resulting in a delayed and very frustrating trade. Dead bodies hit the ground and you are killed or shot by the delayed hit validation from their part. Personally, as someone who plays solo a lot, I'm not able to play close range loadouts like shotguns or crossbow anymore, as I will always end up in a trade situation. This maybe would have been much more acceptable if I was playing with teammates all the time, but solo players are suffering the most from these trade situations nowadays. The game mode quick play is also extremely affected by these trades, as most encounters are close range, especially at endgame when it comes to attacking the wellspring. There are an alarming number of games where no one wins as the last two players in the game are trade killing each other. This is also why often you go behind cover when playing on your own region, and yet you're still killed because simply the enemy on a screen has supposedly fired at your face before the server has updated your location to match your client, which should be safe behind the cover. High ping on the server and players is just simply causing too many frustrating cases. Let's have a look at these clips to show how they affect the player experience and excitement when playing. Again, ask yourselves, is this acceptable? You like that delay? How he gets tagged when he dies.
Wow, I can't believe you missed that.
What? Look at the delay, dude. Oh my god, awesome job, Crytek. The delay, like, when you kill the wellspring, you're supposed to get all of your health back. The system is so delayed that I got the wellspring and then I took damage from the shotgun because of the delay. Awesome job, Crytek. Well done. But it's probably gonna be a trade. We both have a shotgun, so it's gonna be a trade because of the game. I can call it from now. Dude, what I called earlier, it's gonna be a trade. Imagine state of the game being so sad, the state of the servers, that I already know before I even push inside the building. I called it. We both have a shotgun, we're gonna trade. Let's move on to the bad hit registration. Sometimes we have instances where we shoot someone who's standing still, and yet the bullets don't even register. It also in rare cases feels like that the bullet gets totally lost in a server, as the enemy doesn't even flinch or move, as they didn't even hear the bullets. Bad hit registration on stationary targets is easier to point out. Imagine how many times your shots have been invalidated by the server on moving targets and you've been robbed of kills. It feels frustrating, I understand. So, conclusion. You know the previous shooter I've played, Rainbow Six Siege, at some point took a few months off from all sorts of content and they focused only in fixing the state of the game and improving stuff such as desync, hit registration and such. People understood and supported the idea. It was called Operation Health. After this period, the game experienced a much bigger growth than ever before. So if a method or a practice is valid in the industry, Crytek shouldn't be afraid to follow similar steps. There are some limitations that we as players can accept. Currently the servers are running at up to 30 tick rates according to the developers. Renting high tick rate servers like 64 or 128 can cost a fortune, and no one with a fair judgment would expect smaller companies to be able to afford it. And additionally, better tick rates doesn't always fully solve the desync or hit registration problems. But there can be other areas to investigate and improve in order to reduce latency and server related issues, or ultimately, perhaps a change of server provider might be an option to look into. I'm not an expert to say what exactly needs to be changed or done, but as a player, just like you guys who are watching this video, I can say that I'm not having a good time when there are too many server related issues, and they really have to be prioritized. The game's player base is not the biggest, and the loyal players who have been supporting the game no matter what over the past 3 years have had enough of these server issues and definitely deserve much more better than the current state that they have. I hope you could relate to this video, and I hope I've managed to voice the community somehow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Everything all right, Mr. Ping? This is acceptable to you?